Hi, and welcome to the Word Story Hub. Are you learning English? Great! Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started. Imagine you are on a beautiful beach. The water's blue and the sand is soft and white. A warm sun shines down. You have worked very hard for this moment, earning a break. There are no emails to check, no urgent meetings to attend. You try to relax. But as you lie there, your chest starts to feel tight. Your breath becomes quick and shallow. Your heart beats faster. Even though the sun is warm on your skin, you feel a cold worry growing inside you. Your mind begins to race very fast. A voice inside your head asks, "What are you doing here? You should be working. What about all your tasks? You have not checked your email in hours. Maybe you're missing something important. You are failing right now because you are doing nothing. The world is moving, but you are still." This feeling is not true rest. It feels like a panic attack, even on a peaceful sunny beach. You cannot stay quiet. After only a short time, you pick up your phone. You open the work app, feeling a pull you cannot resist. Many messages appear, some important, most not. It feels like a release. The tension in your shoulders fades as you open emails. You tell yourself, "Now I am doing something useful." The feeling of the beach disappears. Your anxiety lessens. This feeling of being busy brings a strange comfort. You feel better when you are working again. You feel more like yourself, more alive. This is a new and common problem for many people today. It is the problem of not being able to be still. It is not about being lazy or sad. It is much stranger and harder to understand. It is a state where resting makes you feel stressed and worried. When you're not busy and producing, you feel something is deeply wrong. This feeling has a name. Experts call it productivity dysmorphia. It means your mind cannot truly see when you have done enough. It feels like doing nothing even after great effort. No matter your achievements, a strong inner voice always pushes you to do more, to be more, to prove your worth on this planet. Many people feel this way, not just a few unique individuals. So here is a big question. Why does your body feel danger when you are completely safe and resting? Why does your biological system act like peace is a threat? This is not simply about being a strong worker. It is not only a part of your work ethic or personality trait. It is deeper. It is a fundamental mistake in your body's own system. Your biology is making an error, telling you that safety is danger. Your anxiety is not a part of who you are. It is a message that your body learned a long time ago. It is a programmed response to a lie that started 300 years ago. We're going to explain this old lie and show you how it has affected your life and your ability to rest. 2. How it started. For a very long time, humans lived a different way. Our brains are very old, shaped when people were hunter-gatherers. They did not have clocks or fixed schedules. Their lives followed the sun, the moon, and the seasons. If they needed to hunt, they hunted until they caught enough food. If they needed to gather plants, they gathered until they had enough. Work stopped when the task was done. There was no 8-hour workday or 40-hour week. If they finished early, they had free time. They could not be behind because there was no exact time to measure them against. Their world had a rhythm, but it was a natural rhythm, guided by life's real needs, not by strict numbers. Then something important changed. Around the 14th century, a new invention began to appear, the mechanical clock. At first, these clocks were rare and expensive. Only rich people, churches, or large towns had them. But these clocks changed how people understood time. Before, time was like a river flowing naturally. Now, time could be cut into small, equal parts: hours, minutes, seconds. This invention did not seem big at first, but it slowly started to change how humans lived. It began to change how we work and how we think about what we do every day. When humans started farming many thousands of years ago, time became even more critical.
Planting seeds at the right moment, watering them and harvesting at the correct time meant having food or not having food. This created a scarcity mindset.
People worried a lot about having enough to survive. This old way of thinking about always needing to get more to avoid hunger still affects us today. It makes us feel like we always need to be doing something, always collecting more, even information. We might feel like we need to learn everything, check everything, as if not doing so means we will miss out on something important, just like our ancestors worried about missing a harvest and going hungry. So our brains might be wired from this distant past, always looking for resources. But something else in history pushed us harder into this constant need to work. In the early 1500s, a big religious change happened in Europe. It was called the Reformation. New ideas about God and how people could be saved started to spread. These ideas made people believe that hard work, being very busy, and success in their jobs were signs that God favored them. This meant that how much you produced and how wealthy you became were seen as good, moral things. Idleness, or doing nothing, started to be seen as bad. This change connected morality to your work. So while our natural biology might have prepared us for stress and survival, this specific religious movement in Europe truly pulled the trigger. It gave us a powerful reason to keep working, to keep producing, and to feel guilty when we didn't. This mix of old biology and new religious ideas set the stage for how we feel about work and rest today. 3. God and money. In the past, people worked to get what they needed to live. They did tasks like gathering food or building homes. Work had a clear end. When a task was finished, they would rest. But then a very big change happened in Europe in the early 1500s. A new religious movement, the Reformation, started. Leaders like Martin Luther said that a person's connection to God was personal. They taught that true faith should be shown in daily life. This changed how people saw work. It taught that success in the world was a sign of God's blessing. If you did well in your job and became wealthy, it meant God was happy with you. This idea became known as the Protestant work ethic. It strongly connected being a good person with being productive and rich. Work was no longer just a means to live. It became important for its own sake. Working hard all the time was seen as good. Being idle or not working became a sin. Earning money was not just for living, it was a sign of being chosen by God. In earlier times, being busy did not mean you were important. For example, if hunter-gatherers found enough food quickly, they often had the rest of the day free. There was no pressure to keep working. Rich or important people often had more free time. Clocks were not common, and most people lived by the sun and seasons. Having free time and not constantly working could even be a sign of high status, showing you did not need to labor all the time. But the Protestant work ethic changed this view completely. It taught that not working was bad and lazy. This idea became very powerful in society. Even today, many people who do not believe in God still feel this strong pressure. They might feel a deep sense of guilt if they are not constantly working or being productive. This feeling is like a spiritual debt. It makes us believe we must always be doing something, always producing to be worthy. We feel a need to justify our existence through what we achieve. This history is important and shaped society greatly. But what is even more surprising is how these ideas went beyond just beliefs. They actually changed how your brain works. They help to rewire the paths in your brain, making it much harder for you to truly relax and rest. This change has made modern life, with its constant pressure to do more, feel even more stressful and tiring for many. 4. The brain problem. Our journey takes us inside the brain. We want to understand why resting feels so hard. When you are not doing anything special, a part of your brain becomes active. Scientists call this the default mode network, or DMN. This network works when your mind wanders. It is active when you daydream, remember things from the past, or imagine future situations. When you are focused on a specific hard task, like doing a math problem, your DMN is less active. But when you relax and let your thoughts go, it lights up. You might think that solving a hard math problem uses more brain power than just thinking about nothing, but this is not always true. When your DMN is active, like when you are daydreaming or just letting your mind roam, your brain can actually use more energy. This is because the DMN is busy building stories. It creates a narrative about yourself, your past, and your future. It works hard even when you feel like you are doing nothing productive. The DMN is like your brain's personal storyteller. It builds the ongoing story of you. For many people, especially those who tend to worry a lot or always strive for perfection, this storyteller can often turn negative. When you stop working and allow yourself to relax, the DMN activates and starts to focus on you. It can bring up criticisms, make you think about past mistakes, or cause you to worry about what might happen next. This inner voice of criticism, which can feel so personal and judgmental, is actually a part of your DMN working overtime. It originally served as a survival tool, helping you learn from errors and plan for safety. But in modern life, it often works against you, creating anxiety when you try to find peace. This makes the DMN a very strong engine for anxiety. When you finally lie down to rest, allowing yourself to stop producing, your brain for self-reflection becomes intensely active. If you are someone prone to anxiety or perfectionism, this system can feel like a small torture chamber. It makes you replay negative thoughts or anxious possibilities over and over. It becomes a mechanism of self-judgment. So instead of feeling peaceful, resting can feel like a difficult task itself. The DMN drives much of this anxiety, but it needs something to keep it running. There's a specific chemical in your brain that helps to fuel this cycle. This chemical gives you a brief good feeling when you complete a task. Think about checking something off your to-do list or finishing a project. Your brain releases this chemical, and you get a small reward. Your brain learns to chase this feeling, almost becoming addicted to the act of completion itself. So when you try to rest, there are no tasks to finish and no easy way to get that chemical reward. Rest can feel empty, unfulfilling, or even wrong. You might not even realize it, but you are often chasing this chemical high, which keeps you busy and keeps your anxiety fueled. 5. Why we want more. Our brains often tell us to do more even when we are tired. This happens because of a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine doesn't just bring pleasure, it creates excitement and makes us want to seek rewards. When you finish a task, your brain releases a small amount of dopamine. This gives you a quick, good feeling. It makes you want to finish another task to get that feeling again. We can become addicted to completing things. Since there are always new tasks, we keep working for the next dopamine hit. This creates the to-do list paradox. You might think finishing tasks will bring peace, but often it makes us more anxious, not less. We finish one item and our brain immediately wants another hit. This keeps us constantly busy. The list never truly ends, making us feel like there is always more to do and we can never fully rest. Another chemical involved is cortisol, our body's stress hormone. It helps us in dangerous situations. But if you are stressed all the time, your body gets used to high cortisol levels. It starts to see this high stress as normal. When you finally try to rest, your cortisol levels drop. This can feel strange, uncomfortable, or even anxious. Your body might feel a strong unease in peaceful moments. It's like your body misses the stress it depends on. Because of this discomfort, some people might look for more stress or problems just to feel normal again, because peace now feels like something is missing. Many people feel they don't have enough time for themselves during the day because of work, so they try to take back some personal time late at night. This is known as revenge bedtime procrastination. You might stay up late to watch TV,
scroll on your phone, or do hobbies, even when you are very tired and know you need sleep. It feels like a way to get some freedom, but it often makes you more tired the next day. It's a desperate cry for control over your own time and choices, even if it hurts your body. The damage from constant stress and lack of real rest can be serious. Your body is slowly breaking down, and if this continues, some changes might become permanent. This sounds very bad, like a grim diagnosis, but there is a different way. There is a special method from the Netherlands. It might seem strange at first, but it offers a proven way to escape this cycle and help your body heal. 8. How to rest. We have learned how modern life makes it hard to truly rest. Now let's talk about a way to find peace. This way comes from the Netherlands and is called niksen. It means doing nothing. It is more than stopping work. It is about doing nothing with a specific intention. Niksen is not about meditation, which tries to clear your mind. Instead, niksen is about letting your mind wander freely. You might stare out a window. You might sit quietly. You might